How's it going, everybody? Dano here. Hope you're feeling awesome as always. We're about to play with the KV3. It is a beast of a tank when it's fully upgraded. It's got a 122mm cannon on it. It is just a ridiculous gun. Great penetration, great damage once you've unlocked it. Bit of a grind to get up there if you're going straight from this, but if you come from the IS line, which is the IS7, you will have unlocked it. IS7? Sorry, IS3. So yeah, if you definitely come down that line, you would have unlocked it. It is a fantastic gun. Definitely one of my favourite tanks to use. It's slow and it's cumbersome, but my god, will it pack a punch. Right, so we're going to move on now. The armour on this, by the way, is very, very good. A lot of people have mixed feelings on the armour of this because I don't know if some people just I understand some people don't understand how to use the tank and stuff like that, but this tank personally I think is fantastic. I've had so many games in this and it's just super fun, super fun. It's not bad when it comes to the matchmaking either. Once you got this gun, it gets quite easy. I first strived towards the tracks on the gun. Once I had them, I was quite content. As you can see, it holds 38 rounds. I'm only using AP rounds. I don't use premium for nearly any of my games, just because, well, for a few reasons. One, because it gives you a better look into what actual real damage you can do without using the AP rounds. And the other reason is that it's expensive, and I don't have that much silver, and I'm not going out and buying silver, so you know, I put a lot of money into this game already. Reason being because I play it so much and I want to grind towards the tanks so I can keep on getting more and more tanks for you guys to watch and enjoy. Really grinding hard on these tanks to try to get you more and more tanks all the time. So I hope you appreciate that. And we have just come across a TOG. There you go. That was quite a high roll there. 436 damage we did on the TOG. And it was direct in the turret, and the turret is not too bad. Oh, completely botched up my shot there. I actually moved my mouse. That's the word I'm looking for. That TOG seems to be advancing on me. Ooh, put my shot off there when I fired. Bit of a waste of a shot, should have waited. As you can see, he didn't do any damage to me, that Panzer SFL. There we go, 670 damage on him, but actual damage was 278. But I could have dealt 678, which probably would have, well, pretty much would have killed him. There we go, 388. Oh, the RT got a good hit on me then. Hold, I can't do anything. I'm just going to stay here a second. There we go. Got the TOG, advancing up. We want to watch out for that RT. The RT is shooting at me, but he has revealed his position for that 1-2-1 to shoot at. Moving up now. You could see the real raw power of this tank. This tank is fantastic. Absolutely love it. I plan to go into much further detail with this video for you guys to actually get a good look into this tank. And basically, you can angle the armor, sure, and it could possibly bounce the armor as well. But this tank, nah, mate, it just takes the hit. Like, we got that T43 over there is. I'm gonna highlight him. He is taking out our RTs. Hopefully that T34 can help out there. And where is he? Just saw him highlight. Oh, there he is. Oh, we could get a shot on his gun. Shall we? And there we go. Beauty shot on his side of his gun there. Quite unfortunate for him. Well, is it AFK VK? Well, what do you know? Why not? Whoa! Get a hit then. Get a hit. A lot of people do tank reviews, and I have not come across anyone doing a tank review with live comm for you. So, you know, we're going to go into the stats after this game anyways, for your lovely faces. We're hunting now for the M12. He is going to be around here somewhere. He has got to be around here somewhere. Probably got some high hidden rating or something like that. But I have not seen him yet, so... I bet you I passed him now. If I passed him, that is going to be annoying as hell. But he may have advanced up just to try to throw us off. But that M12 is done. It's got 3 kills. He's a deadly player. He knows how to use an arty. But the Tiger 1 seems to has a gut feeling. Is he around there, Tiger? Are you going to pounce? Where the hell is that Tiger going? Hunting. Probably around here somewhere, maybe. Would he be around here? Oh, he took a hit. That guy took a hit. That's interesting. There he is. He is bombing along. N12 messed up. He is probably going to pay for that one. T21 has got him in the bag. He's doing a ramming. There we go. GG. I didn't even realise this was an area. I actually did not realise I was an area. Fair play. No for next time. But anyways, 4 kills. Live commentary for your lovely faces. We're going to go into some stats. And I haven't got the tank armor to show you the exact where the armor rating is. But check this out, 6 shots, and we fired 8 shots there, 6 out of 8 hit, 75% accuracy, not bad, not bad. Did botch up, as you saw, 2 of my shots, firing at that Panzer SFL, which we did get in the end. Which is unfortunate, we did mess up quite badly there, but we ended up getting ourselves, well, in total 43, and basically 43,500 silver. But in that one, we actually took, including, because we had to pay for the ammo, as you see in Dealer Report, and repairs, we actually took 31,757 silver, which is a hell of a lot. Yes, we are playing with premium, but even without premium, you would see that we would have took home 17,259, which is a massive number. We had a great 1,840 damage given out. We had the 6 rounds. Would have been a lot better if I didn't botch those shots up. But we had assistant in destroying with 1,000 points there as well. 4 kills, as you can see. 6 hits. 3 being critical hits. 1 destroying the gunner on the TOG, and destroying the loader and damaging the gun on the AMX. 3 spots and 3 damaging assists. So we actually dealt them second most damage in that game. The T21 managed to get that over us with that kill on the arty, so congrats to that guy. And yeah, that was basically that tank right there. So now we go into the bit of the stats. Right, I have not got the tank viewer, or I'm not entirely sure what it is actually called, but I'm going to call it a tank viewer. Basically, it tells you exact armor rating for all of it, but I can tell you for the most part. I will be downloading that, so I'll be able to learn it myself a bit more and get into depth a bit more for you guys. But for now, this will be my very first tank review, and I hope you enjoy it. So, it's got a whopping 1,400 hit points. That is a massive load there. If we compare that, I say it's a massive load, but if we compare that to the IS, it's only got 1,130 hit points. In comparison to the KVs, KV3, 1,400. But what you notice is the hull, the actual hull, and this is the IS, the KVIS versus the KV3 now. And you notice is the hull is exactly the same as the KV3. But the turret armor, on the other hand, is nowhere near as good armor rating, that is, as the turret on the KV3. Now, with the turret on the IS though, you got chances of deflection, where on the actual KV3, as you see here, there is not much room for deflection. I suppose if you could shoot possibly by here, even though there's the cheeks, it may bounce off, but it's also a chance that it'd probably hit. But if you shoot by here, it probably will bounce off. Well, most likely will bounce off. The armor on that is probably that 130 region, because the gun mantle is so thick before you even get to the main turret area. Because you can see the main turret area way around here. So that there is the main 130 armor rating on the turret. But from the side, it is all quite relatively smooth. You can penetrate the turret, but if you were going to attack this tank, personally, I would actually aim probably in the regions of by here. When it busts his tracks out, also go straight into the engine department, possibly causing him a light, or even just giving you some good damage rating. Possibly another good shot would be between the tracks here. I would personally like to, when I'm versing a KV3, I like to shoot it near the back end of the tank. But if you've only got the front end of the tank, say we got it only here, if you shoot here, you're probably gonna fly off, because the armor rating here is the 100. Basically, this bit here, this little V, is the main 120 armor. But here it has got deflection. The angling on this armor is pretty. It's not very good. It's not very good at all. You won't be able to, unless you're actually aiming down on the tank. Bear in mind, this tank is very big, very large. If you compare it to the IS-3, that is the upgrade from the IS. But if you look how low profile in comparison it is to this lumbering beast, it's a bit of a difference. But if you aim down on this tank, then if you can, then you may be able to pen it. But if I was up close and personal, like here, say, I'd probably aim for this spot here, just because that's a machine gun hatch, and it could do quite some damage. Or, and if you're tall enough, into here, that's one of the good areas to hit. Maybe you could get between there, because there's a bit of a gap there in actual turret ring. Another good spot. You basically just never want to really be in front of this tank. This tank is just armored, but this spot here is probably about the 115 armor rating, I would say. But then it is got a big wodge there, so it could be anything from about 100. I would say around about 120 to 115 armor. But if you're versing it and you're at, like, we'll say this range, you want to shoot this lower glaze, right? Yeah, it is actually. If you got a good enough armored gun, like we'll say the 122mm, for example, then if you shoot that lower glaze, the chances are you will penetrate it, and it will deal some damage. But the best choice of action is because this tank has got such a slow traverse speed at 18. Alright, and that's with the upgraded tracks. It's very slow at turning. So the best thing is to do is actually just circle it and shoot it in the side. As I was saying earlier, shoot it in the side, pop it in there, destroy his tracks, stop him from turning completely. His turret turns extremely slow at 22 degrees, and that's a second, 22 degrees a second. That is very slow for a turret traverse speed as well. It's not terrible, but it's neither is it good. So you could just circle this bad boy for a long time. So I personally would destroy his tracks if at all possible, or just pop shots into its actual turret. You can see there's a gap there. If you aim too low, you just shoot through the tracks and quite possibly into the ground. So you actually have to aim for this, like these wheels here. It's between these, because then you'll hit the main hull. Which then, even then, it's still 90, but that is its weakest armor. But the beauty of this tank, if you want to destroy it, is its rear. Here, you can set it light by shooting this. I have done so many times using my Cromwell, and bear in mind the Cromwell hasn't got a very good gun, but if you can shoot that rear armor, it has a chance to penetrate. It definitely has a chance to penetrate this armor, even a Cromwell, which is a tier 6. So you can do that. You can penetrate it here, and possibly set it alight, which will cause dear agony, especially if he hasn't got a fire extinguisher, which you should always have, in my opinion. If you're playing anything from a tier 7 upwards, you should have a fire extinguisher, repair kit, and a medic pack. These 3 here. I have not actually got any upgrades, but if I was going to choose some for you guys, I would definitely take, where is it? Large caliber gun rammer, -10 to loading time. If you've got your crew skills up, at the moment, as you can see, I am getting a lot of repair up, just because I want to be able to repair my tracks if they do get shot off very quickly, because it is such a slow tank. So you want to keep those repairs going fast. So that's why I put a lot of repairs on. But if I was going to use it, I would use 10% loading time. I would also use probably I would definitely use the 10% to aiming speed, because the aiming speed on this tank is not exactly fantastic. If we see on this gun, that's the 122mm. It's a 3.4 aiming speed. It's quite slow, but it has a whopping 175 average penetration when using AP rounds, with a massive average damage of a 390. So it is a great gun. It can go up to anything for 488. As I said, I did some high rolling hits in that game, and also the average penetration, it can go from 131 to 219. So it's pretty nice gun overall. It's got just, well, nearly 5 rounds a minute, which is basically nearly 12 seconds between each shell firing. But that will decrease dramatically if you have that by 10%. And also increase the aiming speed from that the horrible 3.4 aiming speed to, you know, down. So it'll make it a lot better for you when it comes to aiming. Now, another thing, now that the final one is a bit of a mixture. It's up to you personally, but I personally always like to take a large caliber gun rammer, tank gun rammer, and enhanced gun lane drive. They're my 2 favorites, but the others are kind of up to you. You could take the improved ventilation if you're getting your crew if you got some if you got your crew skills going up, and then that can increase them by 5%, which is always nice. It helps out a lot. Another one you could do is, I would probably say, I don't know, it is really optional. You could take binoculars if you want to, because this gun is not bad. It's not exactly terrible with the accuracy, I personally think. Even though it's a 0.46 and it says it's really bad, but I got some good hits on those tanks. As you saw, I hit that VK in the turret. It wasn't too far. It's not a bad gun. It's not exactly amazing accuracy, I will admit. But if I was going to, and you could use that, it could help you with some range hits. But yeah, the other ones are pretty much optional for the third option, in my opinion. I just definitely take that one and that one, just because they help a lot with the fire rate and the aiming time, and that is kind of a good thing when you've got such a slow tank. But the max speed limit on this is only 32. You know, that's most likely the max you on flat ground you're going to hit is probably about 30. You're only going to really hit 32, really, unless you're really going on a complete flat surface. If you're going up a hill or anything like that, it could go down right down to like something like 18 kilometers an hour, which is very, very slow. So it's not very maneuverable, very slow tank, but very armored at the same time. But best choice of action if you're going to going against one of these massive beasts is definitely blow its tracks, shoot it in the side, see about getting that sweet armor shooting. Do not shoot that. The chances are you will deflect off it. It is very curved, as you can see there, so the chances are you will deflect off it. I have many times. But if you shoot that there, this sweet spot, oh my days, will you get a great almighty damaging hit, and it will be beautiful. So yeah, that is basically the tank. Oh, and the actual view range is 340, which is really, really bad view range wise, and it's got a 730 signal range at its base, while anything between 730 to 761, which is not bad. It is pretty average, but 340 is not very good for a view range. I will have to admit, the view range is pretty bad on this tank. but not terrible. But anyways, if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like rating. It really helps me out a lot. And I know this has been a long video, but this was a tank review, and the gameplay in the first, I hope you did enjoy. And yeah, one more, write in the comments. More than happy to in the future. And as always, guys, stay awesome, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Bye bye.